All right, you ready for a story? Get comfortable. And I'm going to read the Three Little Pigs. One day, Mrs. Pig decided it was time her sons left home. So she packed them some lunch and sent them off to seek their fortunes. The first little pig met a man carrying a bundle of straw. "Please, may I have some straw to build a house?" asked the little pig. The man gave him some straw, and the little pig built himself a fine straw house. Before long, a wolf came by and knocked at the door and said, little pig, let me come in." "No, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf. So he huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down and ate up the little pig. The second little pig met a man carrying a bundle of sticks. "Please, may I have some sticks to build a house?" asked the pig. The man gave him some sticks, and the little pig built himself a fine stick house. There you can see the house. It wasn't long before the wolf knocked at the door and said, little pig, let me come in." "No, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf. So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, and at last he blew the house down and ate up the little pig. The third little pig met a man with a load of bricks. "Please, may I have some bricks to build a house?" asked the little pig. The man gave him some bricks, and the little pig built himself a fine brick house. Soon the wolf came by. He knocked at the door and said, little pig, let me come in." "No, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf. Well, he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed and he huffed and he puffed. But no matter how hard he tried, he could not blow the house in. When he found that he couldn't blow the house down, the wolf said, little pig, I know where there's a field of the biggest turnips you've ever seen." "Where?" asked the little pig. "Why, in Mr. Smith's field," said the wolf. "If you are ready tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, I will call for you and we can go together." "Very well," said the little pig. "I'll be ready." Next morning, the little pig set off for Mr. Smith's field at 5 o'clock and gathered a whole basket of turnips. The wolf arrived at 6 o'clock and said, little pig, are you ready?" "Ready," the little pig replied. "I've already been there and back again, and I have a nice pot full of turnips for my dinner." The wolf was very angry, but still thought he could trick the little pig somehow. "Little pig," he said, "I know where there's an apple tree that grows the reddest, sweetest apples you've ever tasted." "Where?" asked the little pig. "Down at Merry Garden," replied the wolf. "I will call for you at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we can go together." Next morning, the little pig woke up at 4 o'clock and set off for the apple tree, hoping to get back before the wolf arrived. However, because he had farther to go this time, and because he had to climb the tree, he was just coming down from it when he saw the wolf approaching. "Uh-oh." "So you're already here, little pig. Are they nice apples?" said the wolf. "Yes, delicious," said the little pig. "Here, try one." And he threw the apple as hard as he could, so the wolf had to run after it. The little pig quickly jumped down and ran home. The next day, the wolf came to visit again. "Little pig, there is a fair at Shanklin this afternoon. Shall we go?" "Oh, yes," said the little pig. "What time will you call?" "At 3 o'clock," said the wolf. As usual, the little pig set off well ahead of time. You can see him sneaking off there. At the fair, he bought a butter churn and was carrying it home when he saw the wolf in the distance. Here's a picture of the butter churn so you can see it's this funny looking thing right here. Quickly he climbed into the churn, but the churn toppled over and rolled down the hill with the little pig inside. The wolf was so frightened that he ran away home. Later he went to the little pig's house and told him how he'd been attacked by a huge round thing that came rolling down the hill at him. The little pig laughed and laughed. "Ha! That was me who frightened you," said the little pig, and he told the wolf what had happened. The wolf was now extremely angry and told the little pig he was going to climb down the chimney and eat him up. At that, the little pig quickly put a big pot of water on the fire to boil. See, there's this pot. As the wolf came down the chimney, the little pig took off the lid, and in fell the wolf. In an instant, the little pig put the lid back on the pot. That was the end of the big bad wolf, and the little pig lived happily ever after. There he is, fat and happy. There you go. See you next time.